Hey, today I'm going to explain about how my pregnancy went while having POTS. I actually had was a copper IUD, and that was 99% effective, supposed to be good up to 8 years, and within 3 months I got pregnant. After the at-home test was positive, we went in, they did an ultrasound, and they could not find a baby. There was no baby showing on the ultrasound. Because of that, they thought I was having a tubal pregnancy. So they then said that we were going to have to come back every week for the next few weeks to see if there was a baby or not. She said it was one or two things. It was a tubal pregnancy, or it was just a really early pregnancy and the baby wasn't showing yet. I was very sick during this time. I did not know what was wrong with me. I just kept having these things I kept calling episodes. Turns out they were flares. Well, I told my doctor that I really wasn't expecting to be pregnant again because I was having all these health complications. She recommended that I take this pill that she said was not the abortion pill because all it did was absorb matter was inside of me. So basically, yeah, getting rid of the baby that was inside of me. I weren't even sure if there was a baby. And when she told me that and recommended that pill, my heart sunk. I did not know what to do. I didn't know what to think. And she said if it was a tubal pregnancy, that's what they were going to recommend anyway. And they still didn't even know if it was a tubal pregnancy, and she still recommended this pill. I chose to trust God through it. There was a lot of nights where I cried and cried and cried. There was days where I could not walk, I could not think due to all the hormone changes and all the things that were going on. It was a lot physically and emotionally. We asked for biblical counsel, we got prayer, we got advice. Most importantly, we were praying to God ourselves and looking for answers in the Bible. We went and got an ultrasound every week for 3 whole weeks. And that 3rd week, they found that there was a little baby inside the sac where she needed to be, and everything was normal and everything was healthy. I was so glad that I trusted in my God that is so much bigger than any doctor and any medicine, because I could have made that terrible choice in the unknown of getting rid of my sweet baby. That was just a side note. But back to the story about being pregnant with POTS. So during the second trimester, I felt like I wasn't even sick. After I think I was maybe about 16 weeks pregnant when I just felt this surge of energy, and I felt like I wasn't sick anymore. It was a miracle. It really was. I did everything. I was driving, I was taking my kids everywhere. It was summer, so we were having so much fun participating in all the summer activities our small town puts on for children during the summertime. We just did everything we possibly could. We went on a beach trip, and I was completely fine. It was like I was healed. After I found out I had POTS, I also found out that when you are pregnant, you get a surge in blood volume, and that makes so many people feel better during that second trimester of pregnancy. With all of my pregnancies, I always go into preterm labor before 37 weeks, and with each baby, it's further away from full term. And with her, it was the very end of the second trimester that my body started dilating. And that's usually when they tell me to start kind of taking it easy, being careful of what I'm doing. As soon as the preterm labor started, so did all of the POTS symptoms. They came back, and they came back with a vengeance. I started telling my OB about it, and she referred me to cardiology. She wanted to make sure my heart was going to be strong enough for labor. We weren't sure what was going on still. I also got diagnosed with gestational diabetes for the first time, And that was something in itself. I learned how to eat better and do better, and thankfully I didn't have to do the insulin because I was able to keep it diet controlled. There was lots of prayer, lots of sleep insomnia, but God got us to full term, 37 weeks to the day. We went in for that checkup. I was at a 6. I was contracting like crazy. The baby was already head down and she could feel her head. It was time to go have the baby. When we got there, I was telling all the nurses and all the staff that was taking care of me of these episodes and what happened when I have an episode, just kind of warning everybody that this could possibly happen. And I was okay. It was just, we didn't know what was going on. It just kind of always happens to me. I was fine during the labor part of it, and then as soon as she came out, I was having an episode. Because I had an episode while the baby came out, I did not get to hold her until it was over because I was so weak and tired. But my husband was able to hold her, and the nurses did a great job taking care of her. They told my OB what was happening as soon as she left the room, and they put me in this other unit where they kept an eye on me until my symptoms let up, and that took about 3 or so hours. And then by the time we got to the room we were going to stay in the rest of the stay, that's when I got to hold her, and she was healthy, happy. Her blood sugar was a little bit low when she first came, but she was fine and she did great in nursing. I'm actually going to post another video about nursing with POTS because that is a whole ordeal in itself. To summarize all of it, the first trimester, the beginning of it was normal pregnancy type things and pretty hard as far as the symptoms go. But when I got to that second trimester, it was amazing. And so if you are pregnant right now and you're in the beginning stages of your pregnancy and it's hard, I get it. It was so hard. But you have that second trimester, golden trimester as they call it, or whatever they call it, to look forward to. And just be preparing yourself and your home and if you have other children, preparing them for that third trimester, because those symptoms will come back full force. And because dysautonomia, POTS, hormone levels play a lot into your symptoms. Anytime you have big hormone changes, your symptoms are going to flare, unfortunately. But if you are planning to be pregnant or you want to be pregnant, but you're kind of scared because of all the symptoms that you have, how are you going to take care of a child? It is possible. It's not easy. It's definitely not. It is really hard. But you know, if you have faith in God and you have a good relationship with God, He will help you if you ask Him to. I wanted to read some scriptures, of course. Jeremiah 1:5. Before I formed thee in the belly I knew thee, and before thou camest forth out of the womb I sanctified thee, and I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations. The context of this scripture is God talking to Jeremiah the prophet, and He is telling him He had a plan and a purpose for Jeremiah before he was even born, before he was even conceived. If you are unexpectedly pregnant and you have chronic illnesses, please know that it is temporary for you to feel the way you're gonna feel, and that sweet baby is worth every bit of it.